Alrighty, Carrie. Well, tell us what's your unfiltered moment?
It's a parenting unfiltered moment.
Well, thank you for being brave and sharing it with us.
Yeah.
I'm sure many people will benefit from it.
You know what? You're right. We were driving home yesterday from the girls' summer program, and we got on the topic of food. Yeah, my 6-year-old was so hungry. I'm like, well, great. Let's get home. We'll get some dinner on the table. I didn't know what we are going to make for dinner, mind you. Like, I have no idea. It's just piecing it together most
Do
of
we
the
ever? Yeah.
Okay. Oof. Yeah. So I think we got talking about, well, what'd you have for lunch at school? And we got on the topic of noodles. And then she starts talking to me about, do you remember that one kind of noodle that we had with the chicken? And then she's like trying to describe to my 9-year-old, like, it's shaped like this. And she just wasn't getting it. And I was asking more questions. What color sauce? Was it white or red? And it was like collaborative. We're going to get to the bottom of this. And then she just lost it. It's just
poor
screaming,
baby.
screaming. It was so, back and forth. I said, oh, it kind of sounds like lasagna. Is it lasagna you're talking about? No, it's not lasagna. But then quickly her tune changed to, oh, but I do like lasagna. We should get lasagna. Like, I wish we could, honey, but lasagna takes a long time to make. We'll just go stop and get some. Well, we're not in the area where we can stop and get lasagna. So the rest of the drive home, screaming at the top of her lungs, I want lasagna.
Okay, Garfield.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was insane. And we have a lot of talks about how we can't scream in the car.
Yeah.
Because I'm driving and it's unsafe if I get distracted. Like, I'm the one keeping us all safe right now and I can't have you scream. That's a conversation we have a lot. Finally, I just unrolled the windows. It's like, okay, scream outside then if you want to scream. And then that pissed her off. She did not like that, but it helps not being, contained with this loud screaming.
Sure, yeah.
And then it escalates from there. I rolled up the windows because that wasn't working. And all of a sudden, I don't know how, from the back seat in her booster seat, she stretched the seatbelt and she starts hitting me from the back seat as I'm driving.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
So my blood is boiling, obviously. Not that it hurt, but it was the concept of this is so unsafe. I don't allow screaming in the car. Like, our rule is like, we're going to pull over if you can't stop screaming. It's unsafe. Sure. And now she's hitting me.
Or hitting mom with seatbelt. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we get to the top of the driveway and
thank God you were close to home.
Yeah, it happened on our street, luckily. I get to the top of the driveway and stop the car and take her out of the car. And like, you know what? I'm trying to think natural consequences. I'm like, if you can't be safe in the car, then you are going to walk the rest of the way. Like, you can walk down the driveway. Well, that backfired too, because then she started walking toward the road and I was like, oh, this was dumb. No. This was dumb. Why did I do this? So I had to and then she snuck back in the car on her own. So she won and we drove the rest of the way down the driveway and I just sat in the car for like 15 minutes on my own as they brought themselves in the house. And then she comes out wondering where I am and where dinner is. Like, that's the whole problem. She's tired and she's hungry. But I was trying to take care of my own nervous system because I was so overwhelmed. Like, I can't believe she hit me in the car. And now I need to gather myself somehow and try to think of something for dinner. Now I'm really tired. Now
regulate
I'm pissed.
Yourself
regulate
so you can regulate them. Oh,
yes.
Goodness.
So that's it. That is the unregulated, unfiltered moment.
Oh, goodness. What did you have for dinner? How did things end up? What's the rest of the story?
Yeah, so she comes out and finds me and I can't remember what she said, but I said, I'm out here. I'm needing to calm down because what happened in the car was not okay. It was unsafe and I need to calm down. And she said, I promise I'll calm down too. I was like, okay, I appreciate that. Is there anything else that you think could make this right? We need to make things right. And then she reached out for a hug and said, I'm sorry, mommy. And that
poor
is,
honey.
We had
just
some
a hungry little demon.
hungry little demon. And that is exactly what she was.
I mean, don't we all turn into those when we're hungry?
Oh, totally. Totally.
Yeah.
And we use the word hangry all the time at home. And she told me, even in the car that day, thinking of it now, oh, earlier I was hangry at school.
Mhm.
So what did we eat? I think I made some hash browns. There were like 3 breakfast sausage left, some carrots, some grapes, and some pizza rolls.
Nice.
Just
Balanced.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just said, "Sit down, everybody, like, just stay in
Mhm.
your seat. I'll just keep bringing out food, whatever I can find."
Oh, I've been there many times,
Oh my
especially
god.
in the summer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. There was no plan, but we figured it out and got everybody to bed as soon as we could, and we're gonna do that again tonight because we're all tired.
Yeah.
Fun, but tired.
Well, I think those kinds of events can remind us all that that little child is inside of all of us, and those little parts get
100%.
brought up, or
Mhm.
we feel that on such a deep level when
Yeah.
we're not fed, when we're really
Mhm.
tired at
Mhm.
different points of our lives.
Yeah.
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 We just need to go to bed early,
Totally.
eat,
The
connect,
yeah.
move.
The basics.
Mhm.
Go back to the basics, but I think we can let life get so I'm not a very structured. I've learned this about myself. I'm not like bedtime has to be exactly this time and I like to have flexibility, but I think it's good to remember that like if we swing the pendulum too far this way, then we got to compensate
Yeah, we
somehow.
have to readjust at some
Right.
point.
Well, I think this brings us to our topic. We were talking earlier before we got on about parenting and just the lack of support that we have in our modern society, living in our
Mhm.
culture. And
That village.
yeah, where the fuck is it?
Mhm.
We don't have a village. We do not have a village, most of
Yeah.
us.
How do we call them? What's their number?
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to know. I would love to know. Childcare, for instance, like I've got a fun event coming up in about a month. And my husband and I usually like to do this event every year if we can. But we got looking around at like, okay, we've got a big vacation coming up that we're already struggling to piece together who's going to watch the girls.
Mm.
We can't really ask for another weekend for somebody to take the kids because there's just like only so many people. And so many of these people in our village are parenting themselves. And it's like asking a lot
Yes.
of them to help us out. So, yeah, that's just been really present for me these days.
Mhm. So is there some guilt about asking them because they already have so much going on and
Yeah.
they've they've helped to take on some
Yeah.
load?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you all know, with my 2-year-old, his I think the only show that we let him watch is Daniel Tiger because it's a nice little PBS
Yeah.
show that teaches about emotions and
Yep.
different situations. But they all live in this beautiful little neighborhood and they have a trolley that brings them back and forth and they have a little bakery and a playground and
Childcare.
yeah, they all just go between and hang out, have a great time. We all need a little Daniel Tiger neighborhood in our lives.
Oh, that would be delightful.
Mhm.
Yeah, it would. So, I don't know how one goes about
Yeah.
creating this, but
Thinking about how do we form that village, that feeling of that proximity, that
mhm.
feeling of feeling connected and helping each other out and building more of a community within our current spaces.
Yeah, I've got an idea actually.
Yeah.
It's not my idea, but somebody else has brought it up on this topic on, coming together as moms and
Mhm.
having this shared longing because I think so many of us do. Somebody brought up that their parents actually created kind of a group. I don't know if it was within their neighborhood or just friends or whatever, but they would take turns for date night.
Oh,
Like, let's say it's your date night. You send your kid over to my house, and so does this family and this family. So 3 other families get a date night while one family is babysitting. And then next weekend,
wow.
it'd be my date night. And then you and the other people would take turns. So kind of a
Mhm.
childcare co-op almost.
Okay. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Mhm.
The idea that came to my mind was opening up your home to like swapping for dinners. So like once a
Mm,
month, like swapping with some families or some friends for dinner.
I
So like
love that.
on the first Wednesday of the month, you're
Yeah,
hosting dinner, and on the first Wednesday of the following month, my family's hosting
I
dinner, and you
love
kind of
that.
swap houses or
Yeah, that's such a
yeah.
good idea. I mean,
Mhm.
that wouldn't be too hard to make happen.
Sure, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that is a really great idea. And think of how many things, I mean, it's just one meal, but now, like, it's a diversion for your kids, so everybody's getting out of the house,
Yeah.
which can be good. It's you don't have to think about planning. You don't have to buy those
Mhm.
groceries, like, it does make a big difference, even that one
Oh,
meal.
definitely.
And then your social
You're connecting,
yeah,
yeah.
we're not just getting our nutrition needs met, it's like that social,
Mhm.
emotional piece, you get to connect with other people.
Yeah. Well, loneliness is actually the biggest epidemic in our
Mhm,
society, and I think that was also my intention with creating this space here at Achelois was a
mhm,
place for connection, a place for belonging. So, with having these events that I host here from time to time, it's an
mhm.
opportunity for people to maybe meet like-minded people or other people in the community or to know there's a safe space where you can just come and be
Yeah,
yourself and hang out.
and you can
Yeah.
feel that here, like, I have been a part of a couple of events and people just come in the door and while other people are sitting here having a conversation, people that don't know each other, but it's like this shared space feeling where you feel like you can really
Mm,
relax and ask about each other and inquire and there's beautiful things to look at and talk about. So you really have made that happen.
thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I always like to call it like a sneaky support group. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
if something was called a support group, you don't really want to go. But if
Right.
it's a community gathering, you're
Right.
still benefiting in similar ways with connection and
Absolutely.
support. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you even see that when people walk by and they're peeking in the door of
Yeah,
like,
while we're
what's
recording this,
all the
we get
time,
distracted sometimes
all
because
the
people are
time.
just peeking in through the windows.
Yeah. What's going on in there?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So more of that.
Yeah,
More
more
of that.
connection, more village. Was there gosh, I think I'm thinking of Denmark.
Mhm.
Well, Denmark is has been known, I don't know if this year in 2025 if it's won the award, but I
Yep.
know it's been known to be the happiest country in the world,
Yeah.
and I think Denmark has quite a bit of connection and, those kinds of gatherings in their neighborhoods too,
Yeah.
and ways to really bring the community together. I know they're really happy for other reasons, like benefits and maternity leave and
Yep.
lots of
Yep.
wonderful things. But I think community is a big piece of that too, even though it gets cold and darker there too, like
Mhm.
Minnesota, they still have ways to stay cozy and
Yeah.
connected.
That gives us hope that like that something like that could be recreated.
Mhm.
Obviously, bigger policy changes to, meet all of those standards, but the community piece, like all it takes is people that want the same thing, right? And
Yeah.
they're willing to put in a little effort.
Mhm.
Does anybody else have any ideas? I'd love to hear in the comments if anybody else has ideas for how to create community and a sense of this village mentality
Yes.
in our modern day life and lifestyle.
Mhm. Yeah. How do we bring in more community into our
Mhm.
spaces? Gotta think of some more ideas.
Like ride sharing. I
Mm.
know some people do that to work, especially if you live far and you want to commute in to the city. That's an idea. That doesn't really work for our family though, because we've got so many kids' activities and stuff
Mhm.
to negotiate, people leaving work at different times. But that's an idea that may work for some people.
What do people do on those, like the national night out? I wonder if
Hmm.
you could do more of that where it's not only just one night, but having specific
Yeah.
times when you can just get out and
Yeah, I like that idea.
yeah, like a monthly
Yeah.
night
Monthly
out
meetup.
and whoever comes comes.
Totally.
You leave your homes and meet up. Yeah. I've also heard of Friday fika. So I guess fika
Ooh.
is a Swedish term. And so here in Chisago, it's a big big Swedish community that moved in here when people immigrated here. And so the term fika, I think, is like a midday break or something. I
Yeah,
don't
like
want to get
treats
this
and
wrong.
coffee and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I should look this up. Friday
Hmm.
fika.
So it's Swedish custom taking a break often with coffee and a snack to socialize and relax, particularly on a Friday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the other thing I was thinking of is Friday fika. Chicago here had a pretty big Swedish community that immigrated. And I recently started to hear this term of taking a break, a midday break with snacks and coffee on a Friday afternoon to just socialize and connect.
Love
And I've
that.
I've thought about actually bringing that to our
Oh
space
my
here. Wouldn't that be
gosh.
fun to
That'd be
open it
so
up every
fun.
Friday?
Friday
Have people
fika.
come in, have our doors open.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it. Let's do it.
So people doing it, either in their offices or in their homes. I was really my grandmother kind of did this. So my grandmother lives in Poland. I grew up in Poland, and my grandmother almost every day would just have coffee and snacks, and these neighbors from all around would just roll in at random times of the
Oh,
day and would just come and sit and snack and chat.
every day?
Yeah, she was so social. Yeah, that's
Wow.
probably, honestly, she just turned 90 and she is still thriving. And I think
That's
that might be
amazing.
a big part of that because
Yeah,
that also contributes to longevity if we
absolutely.
are really connected. It goes back to those basic needs, right? Eat,
Right.
sleep, connect, move.
Yeah, yeah.
So that connection is a big piece where that
Mm,
keeps us alive, keeps us feeling good.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Did everybody know like she was the place to go for this, or did other like friends take turns doing this too? Or
I'm not quite sure. I just remember being at her home and she would just sit outside and people would randomly stop by. And I don't know if they were like house
mm,
hopping or if they just wanted to see her.
sweet.
She's a really lovely person. So maybe these friends just wanted to stop by and visit her. But
That's cool. You should ask her more about
yeah,
that,
I
like how this
should.
came to
Yeah.
be and if this is like a cultural tradition or she just started it. I'd love to hear.
I think it just naturally happened.
Okay.
It
Okay.
just naturally happened where I don't know if in the past they had talked on the phone and invited each other over, or if, and then it kind of just turned into that, or if her friends just started popping by. But I feel like
Mhm.
these days also, can you imagine if someone just like popped by your house at 3 in the afternoon
No.
and you're just on the couch watching Love
No.
on the
To put a bra on and like go greet them?
like, oh shoot, who's at my door? It'll be very different.
It
Yeah.
would.
But how can we bring some of that
Oh
back?
my gosh.
I actually thought about, so going back to that whole dinner idea too,
Yeah.
I was doing something similar before my son was born where I hosted full moons for my friends and
Mhm.
I every month on a full moon, and it was just kind of an open house, whoever comes comes.
Love that.
And I would send that invitation. I'm like, okay, on this date, every full moon, once a month. And still friends would ask me, they're like, oh, I actually can't come this month, or okay, I'm going to be coming. I'm like, please don't tell me. The doors are open
Mm.
because I don't want it to feel also like, okay, I feel bad that I can't come, or
Oh,
I'm rushing to your house, I'm going to be late. Like I just wanted it to be open. So from this time to this time, my doors are open
I love
and
that.
we're just gathering and we're going to have some snacks and we're going to chat. I'm
Oh,
thinking about bringing that back. Maybe, once like at 7 p.m., everyone come over once Lachlan goes to bed and once a month.
I love the fact that you're actually like discouraging people from RSVPing.
Yes. And it's so unnatural for
Oh,
people.
I'm just like my shoulder, I feel like so much
Yeah.
less pressure just thinking about that
Mhm.
open invitation and you don't have to shoot the text that you're running late or that you actually can't make it or you really
Yeah.
want to and you'll see you just get to like see if it aligns for you that
Exactly,
day
even
then you
that
come.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
make the
sometimes
same day call.
yeah, sometimes that day you might be like, "Oh, actually, I feel so tired. I really
Mhm.
don't wanna make that drive." And so
Mhm.
not having any of that obligation, just knowing it's
That's
okay.
beautiful. Really. Oh my gosh. I'm just trying to think like how could we make that shift socially in a lot of other ways?
Mm-hmm.
We are always asking for an RSVP so you can plan
Yeah.
for food is typically the
Mm-hmm.
thing, right?
Yeah, but this was just no
Yeah.
pressure. Like, we'll have some snacks, but also no pressure for the host, right? Because sometimes when people
Yep.
do, you know how many people are coming, or there are those RSVPs, there's pressure of preparing the things or
Yeah.
making sure. And it's like, no, the house is just open. Just come or don't. And it's so unnatural too for so
It
many people
is.
because even my partner was asking, he's like, well, what if nobody comes? And I'm like, okay, then nobody comes. Then we have some snacks and we watch a movie. We have a normal night.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay.
Just
So
roll with it.
releasing all of those
Mm.
expectations. And if people do, then wonderful. You get to connect. So
So would you clean your
maybe,
house for this?
I mean, yeah, but
Clean up a little bit,
yeah,
but nothing crazy.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would invite
Mm,
all of you
that
to
sounds
think
great.
about what are small ways that I can start to bring in some connection, community, start to build a little bit of a
Yeah.
village.
Yeah.
But it was fun because different friends got to know each other too, because it was
Sure.
open to so many different people from
Right.
different parts of your life.
Oh,
So that was fun too.
that like touches something in me like so
Oh,
primal, like so like
yeah.
we really need that as people
Yeah.
and we really don't have that. That's so
Mhm.
cool. Yeah, and what a simple concept. It's just we've gotten so far away from that and gotten so individualistic in our values and our society and our
Yeah.
goals, right? But like we need each other. We
Mhm.
absolutely need each other. Okay. We'll keep thinking about this.
Yeah.
It's a goal.
Want to come over for dinner?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay,
I
let's do
really
it.
do. You tell me
Okay.
when and where. I don't care what we're eating.
Awesome.
Mac and cheese
Great.
is great.
Lasagna. We're having lasagna.
Lasagna. Oh my gosh, my daughter will be thrilled. Finally, someone's
All
listening to
right.
her.
Yeah.
Oh my
Well, that's all for today, guys.
god. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for hanging with us on This Is Not Therapy. If you enjoyed today's conversation, come back next time for more real talk, unfiltered moments, and maybe a little bit of laughter. Until then, take care of yourself and don't forget, this is not therapy.